Fit it on your fingers. So we're rolling.
Oh, shit, bitch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 42 of Jux and All Things Sports podcast, presented to you by Always Bullin. If you're on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button, drop a like. We're at 27, pushing 30. If you're on Spotify, be sure to follow and drop a review. We've got week 3 recap, week 4 bets for you, and then wager wheel to close it out as always. Thursday night football, per usual, long time ago in our heads. 49ers beat the Giants fairly easily. Brock Purdy continues to look good. I still love Danny Dimes. I just don't think he's got enough protection, and the 49ers defense is great. I imagine they'll be a very similar Giants team to the way they were last year. Anything to add before we jump into the Sunday games?
I never remember Thursday games on Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
Perfect. Then we'll jump into a train special. We always start out with the Lions because they seem to always normally play at 1 on Sundays.
They're on
and then
ESPN.
Yeah,
They're my favorite
exactly.
team on ESPN, and I make this, and they're just at the top, and I just go down the line.
So I do normally put you on the hook right away, Train, but Lions beat the Falcons 20-6 at home, defended the Den. Thoughts on the game, Train?
The game was 20-6, the final score, and I know it's a 2-score game, but it was stressful, especially with our offensive line. Our backup right tackle injured, needs surgery. Very difficult to watch that line, which is usually pretty good. Kind of struggle at times. Penei Sewell had a couple holding penalties. He's not normally on the left side of the line. So it's definitely tough to watch that. But what was great to watch was a couple of our rookies. Gibbs, like I complained about last week, if you don't see a majority of the carries, then I'm going to be mad. And he got all the carries, except for a couple by Zonovan Bam Knight, which was fun to see. Laporta balled out. He's on track to have an incredible rookie season as a tight end. With his first touchdown, pretty long one. Goff with another interception. Not really a lot to excuse there. It was just a bad toss. But the real standout in this game was our defense. We didn't allow a touchdown. We had 7 team sacks. Hutch with two sacks individually. Fumble. He caused a fumble and then recovered that fumble at the end of the game. Jack Campbell, thought it was pretty funny. I don't know if you guys saw it. Had a sack to end the first half, and he didn't dance like Hutch does. He didn't like gloat or do anything. Man sprinted to the locker room. Such an Iowa guy. I don't know if you guys have watched any interviews after he got drafted, but they brought in Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson, and he is the most respectful man on the planet. He called Calvin Johnson Mr. Johnson, and like it just didn't feel like, I guess that's what you do, but at the same time, like, I don't know. It was great to see that. The biggest thing, Brian Branch, 11 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections, absolutely everywhere on the defense. And we stopped a run heavy offense for the Falcons. Limited Bijan and Algier to 44 yards on the ground, about 20 carries. So definitely something to be happy about after dealing with as many injuries as we've had.
The fact that the Jaguars could have Hutch and Brian Branch right now haunts me to this day.
Yeah, we got them both. I mean, Brian Branch was a second-round pick, so mostly everyone could have got him, I think.
We could have picked him in the first round, and I would have been happy as a fan. I don't know. I also think we had a pick before you guys in the second where we still didn't. I think it's where we took Brenton Strange. We were like, all right, we get Branch here. We still didn't.
No, I know Gnar isn't a big fan of the mouth guard in the helmet.
It's a little odd. It's a little odd.
I think it's just a it's just his thing. It's the special pair of socks he wears. It's the way he does something, and it's
Why
his
green
ritual.
though?
I don't know. Maybe that's his favorite color.
Played for Bama.
Just because
Red
you play for a team doesn't mean that's your favorite team or
definitely
color.
definitely plays a factor.
I just don't understand how the NFL hasn't made that a rule with all this concussion shit, CTE going on that they just let. Like, I understand if it's dangling, you forget, hurry up offense,
Oh,
but
you're
the man
saying
just.
he has to wear it or
I
put it
think
in
it
his
should
mouth?
be. I think either he gets a second mouth guard, puts that in his mouth, and leaves the other one up top, or he's got to take that one out and put it in. I still don't understand how that's not a cause for safety at
I,
this
I
point.
understand. I understand what you're saying. I thought you were just pissed that it was up
No,
there, not the fact.
I
If
don't
you had
mind it.
two, okay, all
It's
right,
kind of
I
yeah,
understand.
you can have two. That's kind of
Okay.
vibey. It's just my old man take. I don't know.
I also know where he is at all times. That's cool.
Yeah,
True,
that's
true, true. Speaking
which
of
might be
color,
bad for the other side for quarterbacks. You should think about that.
Well, I couldn't see him this weekend.
speaking of colors, colorful team, Miami Dolphins, get it? Blew out the Broncos 70-20. I mean, Dolphins were fun, super exciting. Mostert and Shane did a lot of the work. I don't know. It was a lot. I don't have much on this game because of how much it was. The Broncos defense looked bad, but the Dolphins offense looked explosive. And I've been pretty out against the Dolphins a lot because I think Tua's one hit away from melting his brains. But I've learned and decided that if the biggest what if on a team is if their quarterback can stay healthy, I just have to realize they're a good team and I have to assume Tua stays healthy.
No, Bark's not going to ask it, but if Tua does stay healthy, he's literally on track to win MVP. Um, with the way things are going, do you think he wins MVP? Do you think he falls off? Do you think he keeps going?
I I don't see him falling off. There's really no reason for him to do so. He doesn't even have Jalen Waddle out there this week, and he damn near breaks all the records there are. Uh, he was preseason like plus 2,200, and he's already dropped to plus 380 after 3 games. So I think that's all you got to see to understand, and you only got a emerging better running back in Devon. So I think this team's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And when did Robbie Anderson change his name to Chosen?
I think it was either last year or 2 years ago.
I had no idea that happened.
I didn't know. I thought that was just like his Instagram handle because I did follow him.
No,
Like
legally changed it.
I,
Robbie
I didn't
Chosen.
know that. When I literally was typing this up, I was like, "Oh, that's his actual name." And I saw him on his highlights, and it said "Chosen" on the back.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
he's number one, so it looks like Chosen one.
Mhm.
there's probably
That's
something wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
probably best friends with AD.
And
we'll get
then
back into AB when the Steelers come up.
we will. Well, we will. He's got to come back. I believe this was my tease. Browns.
Your tease was the Browns. Yep, to plus 2.5.
Because I said there's no way they're going to lose to the Texans, and I was right. Browns won 27-3. Titans. Ugh.
Oh, the Texans are giving you flashbacks right now.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to that
We'll
one.
get there.
Browns
We'll
27, Titans 3. I mean, is the wear and tear finally showing on Derrick Henry? That's really the only thing I got on this one. I mean, Deshaun Watson was still getting a lot of hate for a very solid quarterback game, so I don't get that. Think the Browns could still be a solid team, but
No,
Derrick Henry.
I think Derrick Henry just went against one of the best defenses in the league. So it's a tough. I mean, that's not a great stat line. 11 carries
for
20
20. I don't
yards.
care how good the defense is if you're Derrick
But
Henry.
I'm not ready to be out on Derrick Henry after one bad game against an elite. Well, a very good defense. I think a bigger question is why you didn't start Jerome Ford after you spent $100 on him.
That's a real question.
Who do you bench?
I don't know your team. Who didn't you bench
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall.
Thought he was gonna have a bounce
against the
back.
Patriots?
I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna have a bounce back week. And then
Who are your flexes?
Lockett and Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin against the Bills and
Yeah.
Sam Howell. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Terry's
I'm just
still-
saying, like,
2020.
if you would have spent like 40 on him and benched him,
It's
and
your
then
fault.
waited
It's
it
your
out-
fault, Train, because you got in the PlayStation party. You were like, "Let's fucking talk." Jerome Ford, and you were like, "I'm doing 70," and then someone said 75, and you're like, "Oh, I got to go up mine then." And I was like, "Fuck."
I was kidding. I literally was joking.
We can't
I was
be
sarcastic.
joking about that stuff.
Well, I made you spend all your money, and you didn't even play this guy, so I guess.
That's all right. I got all the running backs. Once Javante puts it together, I'm gonna have a monopoly, and then Brees Hall bounces back. I'm gonna have a monopoly on running backs.
Okay.
I had to feel out a week. I'm not worried about early year stuff. I had to know if he's legit. He is. Now I can play matchups. Now I know. I had to know. You guys used to have 12th overall pick on a running back and gave him like 5 snaps week 1. That's all I did with me. I went out and I got my guy on the waivers. I just had to see what I had. Just had to sit and wait
Can't
for a
argue
bit.
with that. Oh, Bach, you just saved yourself with that.
No, that was a ridiculous.
No, it's not.
Ridiculous comparison.
No, it's not. I just
I
wait.
don't think so.
We didn't spend
I think
$100 million on him.
A 12th overall pick is
That would be like
$100
1-1.
You spent the best thing you had.
That would be like Bijan.
You spent all you had.
Yeah, you gave all you
That's
had.
That's 3 picks separately.
That's not even remotely close.
It's
to
a little
good
close.
comparison.
It's a little
I think-
close.
I think
That's an
Trey-
awful comparison.
No.
How many
I don't
carries did
think
we
Trey
give him
loves
this week,
Gibbs.
Bart?
Yeah,
You're
this
not
week.
gonna-
This week.
You're not gonna play him in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I will.
Oh,
Trey,
you say that
Trey's
shit,
get-
Bart.
Trey's getting defensive over Gibbs, bro.
No, that
I
was
don't think he
just
likes him.
that was an
I don't think he likes
awful
him.
That was a
comparison.
good comparison. I
think
used
that was a good
I used a
comparison.
lot of my capital to get a guy. But
You
I
used
didn't.
all your capital
No, I still have capital.
in terms of fob.
No, but I can get it if I need to.
Okay.
There's a trade I can accept right now to get Fob back with assets I have. I didn't give up everything. I didn't trade away to get more Fob to get, to give more money to him. I gave up all of an asset I had. I have other assets.
All right. Would you rather have Jerome Ford or Jahmyr Gibbs?
On my fantasy team?
Anywhere.
Oh, well, yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
fair.
two different
Jahmyr
things.
Gibbs, but yeah.
Fantasy-wise, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially with a healthy David Montgomery.
Jerome Ford did have 19 points, yeah. But I think Jahmyr Gibbs is trending up. If whoever has Jahmyr Gibbs offer me Jahmyr Gibbs for Jerome Ford right now, I think I have a hard time not accepting that.
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy for that, but so whoever has Gibbs, if you're listening, we can at least talk.
That's a
Damn.
good. Well, it's Hammy, so he's not going to.
Oh yeah,
Embrace debate.
he's probably
though. That's
laughing.
interesting.
He probably was pissed, and now he's probably laughing. Packers Saints. Packers win a close one. Derek Carr goes down with an injury. Finally got to see some Jabu again. I don't have a ton on this game. I don't know. Michael Thomas has been consistent.
Right?
Anything? Or we can just jump to Chargers Vikings.
This is Saints Packers we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Still
No.
thinking about Gibbs.
Nothing. No, I was looking at Nicholas's snap. I guess we're playing tonight.
Chargers beat the Vikings 28-24. I saw the Vikings clip that touchdown play over and over again on Undisputed at lunch, like literally for 5 minutes. They just played it over and over again. Hawkinson should have caught that ball. Should have been a touchdown. Brandon Staley should have been fired that week. They just
at
paid.
the end.
Yeah, they just made that guy the highest tight end in football, and he can't catch that pass. And not only that, he scoops it up in the air for someone to
I
pick
guess
off.
I saw it like once, and it didn't look like that easy of a catch. But like I
I
said, you said you watched it a lot,
it
so
wasn't that
I can't
easy.
really.
It's
I
not.
can't.
It's not a catch all 32 tight ends in the NFL should make, but it's a catch top 5, top 10 tight ends in the NFL should pay. And if you're getting paid top number 1 tight end money, Kittle makes that catch. Travis Kelce makes that catch. Dollars to donuts, Sam Laporta makes that catch. Fryermuth probably makes that catch. I don't know.
Well,
It wasn't tough.
Hey,
It wasn't a hard catch to make. Kirk Cousins
was
doesn't
not?
throw it that hard. No.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen this clip.
I think it was more of the act of scooping it up, or
His first
like,
and
if you're
goal,
not gonna
yeah.
catch,
If you're not going to catch it, knock it down.
like
Catch to the
yeah.
ground.
Yeah,
It's-
I see what
if
you're
you're
saying.
If you're gonna do this, you have to catch that football, especially if
one-
you're making $17 million a year as a tight end.
One big thing, and I don't even know if Noah listens to this, but he's getting Eckler back this following week, I believe, and that's probably pretty good because Josh Kelly as a backup not looking too great, especially against the Vikings, who allowed 175 yards to DeAndre Swift. But the Vikings last year, what do they have? 13 wins, 13-4 ish, I think. They were 11-0 in one-score games. I put this on here because it's kind of what I said after week 1. They were 11-0 last year, and now they're 0-3 in one-score games. So was last year the same year? I mean, they're very similar years. They're close games, but are they just way less clutch? Are they a little bit worse? Are they just that much worse this year? I think it's awesome that they keep losing because last year I was sick of them winning these close games.
Yeah, I mean, I think luck definitely has a factor. Last year they probably had the ball in positions like to get those one-score games, but I mean, if your team's in the NFC North, you're happy to see them lose those. They weren't blowing teams out last year, so I don't even know if it's necessarily a little bit better, a little bit worse. I mean, defense is definitely worse, but mistakes definitely being made. You and Nicholas are the only user game this week.
And we'll get it done today. Gnar, you got anything on Chargers Vikings? We had the over. Didn't hit.
yeah, and that's horrible. Hawkinson should have caught that ball. I just watched it, and that would have cashed the over.
Oh, I was so mad.
He can catch. He
I have
should
Hawk
catch
in
that,
fantasy.
right, Nar?
Yeah, that's a catch.
That's a catch.
That's a catch.
Who traded for Mike Williams in our league? He tore his ACL.
Hammy.
What was the trade? Do you remember?
Oh my god. Not
I
off the
think it was
top
like
of my head.
Javonte Williams, but maybe not.
Dude,
Yeah, hit him in the hands.
this Madden chat's going crazy.
This is great podcasting. Patriots, Jets.
15-10 Patriots. Jack Moans 15-10. I mean, Patriots getting the dub against a Jets team that really needs a quarterback. Zach Wilson getting dogged on again. I mean, it's not his fault. We knew he wasn't good. That's why they traded all that shit to get Aaron Rodgers. And then boom, he goes down, and now everyone's just jumping on him again. Like that, you wouldn't jump on a backup quarterback like this. And that's what Zach Wilson was this year. It was pretty much done. They got Aaron Rodgers. Maybe he fixes him in 2 years, but they knew he wasn't NFL ready. So this poor guy now has to go out there every week, do his damnedest, and get dogged on again by the media. I feel a little bad for the guy. I know it's hard to.
I don't. He makes millions, Alex.
I know. Well, yeah, but
Welcome.
come on. We know.
I'd trade lives with him right now.
Zach Wilson is so bad, dude.
Zach Wilson's not dating Bailey. Engaged
Well,
to
Bailey-
Bailey. No, doesn't
You did
count.
not just do that, Bach.
That doesn't count, no.
Yeah.
No, you can't switch lives. You
That's
lose
some
that.
shit Bailey would
Just
say
wait
right
until we get to the fucking Texans Jags game, okay?
I just you
Uh,
got to feel a little bad for him.
No,
No,
he
Oh.
sucks.
Yeah, exactly. So why do we got to keep telling him he sucks? He knows it. We know it.
He
He's a
should just
millionaire.
quit.
No, you can't. He makes millions of dollars. He's not going to quit.
He already made millions of dollars. No, big story is definitely Ezekiel Elliott in this game. He had 80 rushing yards and had almost as many carries as Ramondre Stevenson, which scares me, because I have Ramondre Stevenson and he did not look too great. Jets defense is good though, so maybe they weren't prepared for Ezekiel Elliott as much. And I'm pretty sure what did PMT say yesterday? Was it 13 straight wins for the Patriots against the Jets, which is
15.
15 straight wins. Oh yeah, I think Hank messed up and said 13,
Yeah.
but it's actually 15. 15 straight wins. What is that? 7.5 years?
Yeah. It's like
That's
2015.
insane. That's
That's like
almost
Mark
like
Sanchez. That's like Mark Sanchez years.
that's almost like Jags Texans.
Yeah, it's getting there. I think it's only 7, but yeah.
7 years
Jesus.
or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Well, I think it was. I mean, it's been bad
I
in the
got
last.
I got some good stats up there.
I know. I think I looked at them. I think it was 7. I know we haven't won at home since 2017.
Yeah.
But it's 1-10 since 28. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah. I mean,
I'm just
do you think there's
sprinkling
any?
it
Do you
right
think
at the
there's
top.
any truth to Kirk Cousins going to the Jets trades? I know they signed Semi into their practice squad now, but Kirk Cousins to the Jets has been floated this week since Vikings started 0-3. Like maybe sell, and then Jets desperately need to win now. Maybe Kirko goes there. Any truth to it or no?
I don't see. I can see it kind of lining up. They're 0-3. Why not? Kind of take a chance. I mean, Kirk has been good to the organization. Don't get me wrong. But Jets need him, and with him, I think he's a hell of a lot better than Zach Wilson, and he can do a lot more with the ball and with that offense. So if Vikes tank. Will Justin Jefferson be happy? No, but have we seen this? I saw a TikTok where it was comparing Randy Moss with the Vikings, then he leaves and he's happy, and then Stephon Diggs with the Vikings and he leaves and he's happy, and now a picture of Justin Jefferson pissed off on the sideline, and I thought it was pretty entertaining. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I could see it, and I don't see anything wrong with it, other than the fact that they have to pay him a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they got 5th-year option on him, but this is what, year 2, year 3?
Jay Jettis?
I'm talking about Kirk.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he's getting a lot, and they have to pay him a lot. But
Well, it's the last year of his contract, so if you're going to do it, it makes sense to do it this year.
Yeah.
and then we had the Bills defense dismember the Commanders 37-3. Sam Howell looked bad. Commanders didn't look good. Josh Allen didn't look good, though, either. Bills defense did a lot of the heavy lifting. Gnar, you were heavy on the Bills this game. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I went into this game looking at the Commanders' previous opponents. Yeah, the Broncos, which got physically embarrassed, and they barely won that game. Actually went into OT, I believe. Or I guess they missed the 2-point conversion at the end. And then week 1, they played a bum Cardinals team in a low-scoring shit show. So easy pick here. Then Sam Howell goes out and plays shit. 4 picks, under 200 yards. And, yeah, it was a really easy game to pick. And we could see that come again here for our weekly picks coming up.
Against the Commanders or for the Bills?
Commanders. I'm just going to fade. Fade PFT. Left hand up.
And then we got Texans Jags. Sad day, bad day on Sunday. I know I snap trained for a little bit, and then I turned off the game. And then I played a little bit of my games, and I think we scored or something, and it was 17-10. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Turn off my PC. I'll go back over the TV. I'll go watch the second half comeback. And I was still like a little, like I was edgy at first. And then before halftime, I kind of told Tran, I'm like, we still got this. We're still a good team. And then botched punt. Fullback returns it for a touchdown. Last guy on the team. Disgusting effort at a tackle. And then it was just out of hand from there. I mean, fans are pointing to if this went this early on. There was a deep ball to Ridley that was like in his hands, and he fucking dropped it for a touchdown. They're like, oh, that would have been a big turning point. That would have. I don't know what it is about this Texans team, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world. Because like even last year, I know it's a shitty division. I understand that. I'm willing to admit it. But even last year when we were division winners, and when we started off 1-7, 2-7, 1-6, like we had a bad start, and then we started winning later in the year. Beat Cowboys, Ravens, albeit close games. But we lost to the Texans at home very early on in that season. And they didn't have C.J. Stroud. They had Davis Mills. And they had their old coach. Was it Lovie Smith? Am I crazy for saying that? Why is that name popping into my head?
I think he used to be, but that was a while
He used to
ago.
coach. Yeah.
Who was
He
on?
used
I don't
to
know
coach.
Who
Bill
coached?
O'Brien?
No, there was I think it was Lovie Smith, dude. Did he also go to Illinois?
Yes.
Because he came for like 1 year, and then they fired him right after that.
Yes. That's Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
And he went back to Illinois.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing now. He was the head coach in 22 though for the Texans. But their team was bad, and they still beat us at home. Train, you've got it down in here. 1-10 against the Texans since 2018. Haven't won at home since 2017. Talked about on the pod last week. Cover 2 was normally the problem. I thought Calvin Ridley would have busted that. He did a couple times. I think he had 4 drops in that game. Trevor Lawrence got a lot of hate from the fan base, and I hate that. A lot of drops in this game. I mean, there was 4 from Calvin Ridley, 2 from Kirk, or 1 from Kirk maybe, and a Jamal Agnew fumble. I think he's got 3 receptions and 3 fumbles this year. It's ridiculous. The guy's a great returner, but he can't hold on to the football. It's just the Jags jagging right now. I mean, Dougie P was pissed at the press conference. Reporters were saying they've never seen him like that in a press conference. The O-line is in shambles. We need Cam Robinson back, and I never thought I'd ever say that in my entire life. I don't know. It was gross. First team to hold C.J. Stroud into 300 yards, but they got to run it most of the game because they were beating us big. I think C.J. Stroud's going to be a damn good quarterback in the NFL. He's going to break the Ohio State mold.
Are you worried?
I think this season, at this point now, best case scenario, is going to turn out exactly like last year.
9-8 division winners.
I think if everything goes right for us the rest of the year, 9-8 division winners. We got a tough schedule coming up.
Hear that, Gnar? You got a jersey coming your way.
Do you want to buy the jersey now and then, or what?
No, I won't. I mean, that's counting things like losses against the Bills, which I think will give them a fight in London.
The second game against the Texans.
Yeah, we beat them we beat them last year in Texas.
What about the previous years?
I know. Well, that's what we broke the mold last year. Last year was our first win on the road in Texas since 2018. 2017. So we broke that mold. I'm not the one thing the Jags team does it well is the coaching staff adjusts well. That's one of Dougie P's key things. Really frustrating because we always look so bad in the first. We never just from the get-go. It's always like, what are we fucking doing? I guess if I'm sitting here, best case scenario 9-8 train. Yeah, I guess I'm a little worried. I guess I have confidence with the lower half of the schedule, but any confidence I had against strong opponents, kind of, it was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be different against the Texans at home this year. If we can't get that
Well,
done, I
if I'm going to
can't.
be honest and say that this was a similar game to the Lions game, we were both 1-1. We were both playing. Well, I know the Falcons' record was 2-0, but they aren't the strongest team in the league. The Texans have been playing a little bit better than in years prior. It was uh, either you win this game and you're on track, and we anticipated losing to the Chiefs. You anticipated losing to the Chiefs, likely 2-1, and then just keep going. Obviously, we didn't lose to the Chiefs, but we beat them, but we lost to the Seahawks. So it was as if we lost to the Chiefs. You lost to the Chiefs, 2-1, carry on. So I definitely got the vibes that they were kind of the same from the Lions in this game. So, it just I don't know what it's like to lose it.
It's the first big wrinkle in what I thought was going to be my jersey year from Gnar.
Yeah.
It's the first big because now we're gonna have to win a game that I didn't think we should. We should have. You know.
You want to talk Gardner Minshew?
You can talk Gardner Minshew.
Can you imagine if
I just
Gardner
need I need to
Minshew just
rest for a
play?
little bit.
What if they're like Anthony Richardson? You know what? This
Oh
guy went
yeah.
in and
Well, you
and
see,
beat-
you see that
What if-
tweet or something.
I didn't see that.
That was like,
yeah,
if
I didn't-
Minshew, the Jaguars were Minshew playing in the fourth quarter away from being 0-3. I mean, maybe.
Well, I mean, if if Minshew can go in Baltimore and beat the Ravens, and I think they're 2-1.
Minshew's
Yeah, they beat the
Minshew's a
Texans.
dog, dude. I mean,
So what if Minshew, used to play for the Jags, went in and he played the whole season and the cat, played the whole season and won the division against the Jags? How incredible would that be? I mean, he had a good game
he wouldn't do that
for a backup. Shoe God.
All right, get out of here.
What do you think?
I was the biggest Gardner fan Sunday. Obviously, you're going at it within the AFC North. Any loss is a great loss, especially to a team like the Colts that's not necessarily regarded to be one of the better teams in the NFL. So watching that was very fun. But Gardner's just a guy that gets you over the hump until your guy gets back into playing. This whole season's about developing Anthony Richardson. It's not about Gardner Minshew making your team somewhere in the mid-tier.
Damn it, Nar. Feed into it.
Now, if the Jags don't win the division, it's not going to be the Colts who do.
Minshew to the Jets.
No, I mean he never was that 17 game guy. That's
Yeah.
he's
He's like the Colt McCoy.
I was gonna say Nick Foles.
Well, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
Minshew could.
No, not with this Colts team. Maybe with that Jets team, Bob.
Maybe
the
with that
Ravens at
Jets
home.
team. Yeah, he needs that Nick Foles boost of guy got injured, I gotta come in. Because Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Jags tried to pay him. Man, well, he got injured in the first game, but then he came back from his own injury and he was not good. But Gardner Minshew was good replacing him. Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess we beat the Colts, so I'm not scared of the Colts. The AFC South is so bad, but we rarely bully teams in it, which is so scary and frustrating. Even that Titans game last year to win the division against Josh fucking Dobbs was
You have like a
a sweater.
fumble recovery touchdown or a pick six to win the game.
Well, it was to take the
Pick
lead
six.
early on, but it basically won us the game. Yeah, it was a questionable fumble recovery touchdown. But it was kind of payback karma for the Miles Jack wasn't down, and we would have been in a Super Bowl, but that's for a different day.
Were you a fan of them at that time?
I was not really. I mean, I was a Blake Bortles fan at that point, but I wasn't a Jags fan. I was always a Bortles guy. 4:30 games. Seahawks beat the Panthers 37-27. Andy Dalton got the start for the Panthers. Looked a lot better than Bryce Young's looked. Anything from you guys on this one?
Andy Dalton threw the ball 58 times.
Gnar, anything?
Just trying to rub that arm raw. No, I mean, Seahawks offense looks like they're legit. 2 weeks in a row of scoring over 35 is impressive after a shitty week one. So I think it's the Seahawks team we thought they were. Frisky, feisty, and playoff bound.
Chiefs absolutely demolished the Bears 41-10. Is the jury still out on Justin Fields?
Well, I don't think Justin Fields is the story of this game, nor do I think he matters. T Swift.
Oh, don't be that guy.
Do you guys think he's just fucking with us? Do you
No
think
way
there's
she'd
She'd be in on it. Yeah, I don't think.
I don't know, dude.
No, not with her fans,
Crazy
dude.
big plot.
He
And,
might
like,
be
she's
breaking
in
her
the
heart,
top-
but then
the suite.
Kelsey might get Aaron Hernandez, dude, by Swift fans.
Yeah, that's what I've never seen a guy leave the
With a girl?
arena with a girl that he's barely been talking to.
Oh.
And yes, maybe they just never show it.
Well,
'cause
she,
now they're gonna show it 'cause
well,
it's Swift.
okay. She was in his suite next to his mom. Like, not a girl he barely knew.
No, if the game was closer, I don't know if this would have been a bigger deal. But
They got
the
blown
fact
out.
that they were
Everybody-
just scoring touchdown after touchdown and they zoomed in on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's mom every time they scored a touchdown, it was just a
She
big
was
story.
pumped, dude. She was hype.
Big football girl now. She loves football now.
Are we worried this will take football away from the guys and give it to the girls because they're going to want to watch and see Taylor?
I don't
Are we
give a
slightly
fuck.
worried?
I'm not a
No?
Chiefs
I already
fan, so I
played
don't
the
go to
Chiefs.
Chiefs game, and I couldn't afford Super Bowl tickets before Swift fans went there. So
Oh, Matt.
I know.
It would've
I'm
been
just saying,
crazy if she was in the Super
football's
Bowl.
Football's
Like,
the one thing we have,
so-
and I think
halftime.
there's some Raiders guy like Isaiah Rochelle or something like that. His wife's like a TikTok influencer, and so all the girls know about these guys. Are we worried football can get taken from us? Our one sacred day where we have all the excuses,
I would be truly
and then it
impressed.
turns.
I don't think they can they can't hold focus long enough for that.
Okay, that I will be truly impressed if every Swiftie out there is like, I'm devoting my life to football every Sunday because Taylor Swift is in a
I think
relationship
they
with
will.
Travis Kelce.
Swifties
They're
can be
sick-
like that.
they're sick
If
fucks,
Taylor
dude.
loves the Chiefs, we love the Chiefs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I just don't know their power, man.
Oh, it's a.
Being
Did you see his
being
merch
a
sales
Chiefs
were
fan's
up
gonna
like
be tough.
400%? Train
in one night.
one night,
No.
his jersey sales went up
They're
400%.
crazy. They're crazy.
Taylor Swift female fans are buying
watch
Travis
yourself.
Kelce jerseys.
We might get a lot of hate from our 27 subs.
Yeah, our 27 subs, most of
Taylor.
which of them are girl Swift fans.
Oh no!
Well,
We're gonna
hey,
get
that gets
banned.
us on the
We're
map.
gonna get banned. We're banned.
I don't know. It might. I don't think it'll get taken from us. Either they're gonna break up and we're gonna get a great song out of it. Maybe like the new Sunday Night Football anthem is her breakup song to Travis Kelce.
Or Travis Kelce comes back and he's just dominant.
Like
he just
Yeah,
like
villain
like
story.
that
Or
villain, yeah.
or Kelce gets dumped by Taylor Swift. No song, and then Travis Kelce just goes revenge era tour mode and just goes
yeah.
nutty.
Either way, we're in a great situation. If they stay together, biggest power couple of all time.
Hypothetical. Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, say 2 years from now. Travis Kelce's still playing. Taylor Swift, and they're still dating. Maybe engaged
At
by now.
halftime?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
At halftime. Is there more football fans or Swiftie
Swift
fans?
Oh my god.
Swift fans.
Those
Crazy-
tickets would be so expensive because Super Bowl alone.
The percentage of
And Taylor
NFL
Swift alone.
the percentage of
What the
NFL
fuck?
fans who will Like regular dudes like us who will buy a Super Bowl ticket at its current price is very low. It's already kind of like a celebrity event or like you won tickets or it's a huge vacation. Throw on the Swift bonus, then you're really stretching it for NFL fans. For Taylor Swift fans, they'll just be like, that's just a regular concert ticket.
Yeah.
It's not going to phase them. It'll phase NFL fans.
They don't even know what's happening.
If Taylor Swift played at halftime of the Super Bowl, that's no longer the Super Bowl. It is a Taylor Swift concert.
This might sound like completely random, but do you guys know that interview with Cooper Kupp where he just like spews all these routes that are like football knowledge,
I
and
saw this.
and they're like Swifties in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and like they're gonna know something, so they're gonna be at this Super Bowl strictly for football, not even Swift at that point. Taylor Swift.
Cardinals stun the Cowboys 28-16. Other than this being a shocking dub and I mean Dak Prescott looking mediocre yet again. You guys got anything on this one?
I don't. Hey, I had the Cardinals plus 12.
True.
Should have flipped it.
Well, then you would have pushed. You would have been mad.
11.5. Never taken even.
Sunday Night
There you
Football. Steelers beat the Raiders. Gnar, take us through it.
Yeah. Kenny looked good. Zero mistakes. He had one early on where Hayward ran the wrong route. He was supposed to keep going into the flat. Instead, ran a wheel route. Almost turned into a pick six. Luckily, they dropped it, and we were able to avoid any other mistakes and turnovers, which if this offense doesn't turn the ball over every game, they have a really good chance at winning strictly because of their defense is just so explosive, even when they're not fully healthy. You got Cam Hayward, and then people missed on the back end at our safety position. Calvin Austin looks great, looks fucking fast as hell. And yeah, anybody that doubted TJ Watt being the best defensive player can go suck on my white nuts.
True.
The man's leading the league in sacks. He's unstoppable. And when you double him, guess what? You got Alex Highsmith on the back end. I'm back.
Yeah, he's dominant. He is.
No, I always watch Steelers game. I mean, they've had 2 primetime games already, and whenever I watch it, like for the average fan, we love points, right? We love points. But it is different football from watching any other NFL game.
We're
Like
rooting
it
for
feels
sacks
like
and big hits.
it feels like you're watching like Iowa football in their prime, like against like another like not against Michigan, but Michigan's usually a pretty decent defensive team. It's just like, all right, defense, because your offense typically fucking sucks, and you know I'm right. And this game they did play well, so when I did watch it, I'll be honest, I took Raiders money line because they're at home, and I thought Devontae would be enough, but honestly, with 2 touchdowns and 20 targets, he still wasn't enough. So, hats off to the Steelers.
Yeah, Train and I were texting about this a little bit. I think it was during the game, and he talked about how exciting it was to have a defense like this. And I told him, yeah, every single Steelers game since basically 2016, 2017, I've been more excited to watch their defensive possession rather than their offense. Because I'm used to looking around the league, you see Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, these explosive offenses that can put up 40, 50 points every single week. And I think I just need to accept that the Steelers are old school. Their cultures hasn't changed. It's not going to change. They're defensive, ugly football, ugly games, ugly wins. But at the end of the season, it doesn't matter if you won by 35 in week 3 or if you won by 5. Counts the same amount of wins towards a playoff berth.
True.
And I think I just got to accept that and keep rooting on my defense.
You're never
Steelers
gonna
are number 1.
You're never gonna
NFC
get to
North.
see a Miami offense in Pittsburgh. It's just not gonna happen.
Never. And I need to. I don't want to accept it, but I need to. I need to.
Monday night, Eagles beat the Bucks 25-11. Bengals beat the Rams 19-16. Any Monday night football highlights from you guys?
Ours money in
I
the
mean,
bank.
Mortal Lock, Money in the Bank.
True,
You guys
true.
laughed at it. I'm sure the listeners laughed at it, and hopefully they took it with me because it happened before we even got to the second half when Baker Mayfield actually needed to start making some throws. It was always an interception. It was an easy one. I'm officially 6-1-1 in Money in the Bank, so if I fire one here in 15, 20 minutes, put it in a bet slip.
Speaking of
Yeah,
bets,
if I take it, I'll probably lose. So
week 4 bets coming in. We did hit our teaser last week. That was good money. Touchdown scores. Train and I missed. Gnar hit his. Train and I both whiffed on the wager wheel. Gnar hit his. Gnar had a good week last week. Train
14-4.
Train had a better week than I did.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
4-0 on Earthquake spot.
I struggled
Yeah.
last week.
The biggest thing is 4-0 on earthquakes.
Squad rides
That's
went
huge.
4-0. Yeah, that is huge. That means when we're all feeling something, we're all right in week 3.
Well,
Not week 2. All week 2 was wrong.
I said
but-
in week 3.
Yeah.
Overall, we got Train at 26-25. I'm sitting at 21-30. Nars 24-22-1. Let's jump into it. Week 4, Thursday Night Football. Packers 1-point underdogs at home, over under 45. Train, what do you got on this one for your boys?
Two teams they're kind of banged up. Offensively, defensively, David Bakhtiari, Aaron Jones, Christian Watson. I don't know if Jair Alexander is hurt. And then on the Lions, you guys hear about them every podcast, so I won't go into their injuries. But honestly, both teams are kind of trending to have a lot of these guys play again. So with our offensive line, with Taylor Decker possibly coming back, that really does help out a lot because it puts Penei Sewell on the other side. It kind of brings us all the way back except for Vaitai. David Montgomery might also play again, guys. By the way, but Aaron Jones might also play. Aaron Jones might also play. Christian Watson might come back. So what I look at is their tight end elite, because I think our biggest weakness is tight ends, specifically from that Seahawks game. They exposed it. Give me the Lions alt spread -2.5.
So you're confident?
I am confident.
No, what do you got?
It did not go well the last time I was confident, by the way.
Yeah. I don't really want to fuck with an alt spread here. I think this Packers defense is very, very good. Lions showed they can stop the run last week, and I think they're going to continue to expose young quarterbacks that don't have quite a bit of experience in a divisional game. So I'm just even going to bring it down to moneyline Lions, and I also like the under. I mean, divisional game, you got a good defense with a young quarterback on the other side. I like moneyline Lions and the under 45.
I also love the under. That's all I will be taking on this game.
Oh, he likes the Packers, don't you?
Well, no. I don't like the Packers. I just don't know that I like the Lions either. I honestly don't know that I love the under. I was contemplating not betting on this. I was thinking over from the get-go that it might be but this game is almost never a shootout. I think it'll be war in the trenches. I think I'm going to take the under. I just love Jordan Love a little too much, and I'm ready to admit that. I don't know. I don't know. Under. I'm just taking the under on it. Jaguars 3-point favorites at home in London, over under 43. I did at home in air quotes if you're not watching, but they just made jackets for like this is the 10th year anniversary of the Jags playing in London.
But I just put versus. I didn't put at like I
Yeah,
usually do.
yeah. I think we're technically the home team on paper, but
Falcons play a lot of games there too.
yeah, yeah. They're debating on which franchise needs to go over there to try and restart. Yeah, and the
Oh
Jags had
man.
the head start, but now they're testing the Falcons out there because Shad Khan's been a little pushback. What do you guys got in this game?
I want to hear your assessment of it first.
Well, that's easy. Give me Jags -3. They don't lose in London. They're not going to lose to the Falcons. That's my thoughts on the
I went
game.
alt spread on the last one. So I'm gonna make it a little easy on myself and go Jags money line.
Gnar?
Yeah, this past Sunday I golfed. I went out at 8 a.m., played 18, and it was a perfect timing. Get home, get some food in at 1, and then you're sitting down for the games. And this London game's really just fucking me over now because now I can't go golf without missing football. So that sucks. Jaguars home game, probably a better crowd there than what they have at the bank, I'm assuming, because there's no pool to get distracted by. Give me Jaguars -3, maybe the 2.5, but fuck the push. 3.
They'll get them by
Mark,
3.
you also had -3.
Yeah, they'll get them by 3.
Okay.
And Bills 2.5-point favorites at home against the Dolphins, over under 53.5. What do you guys got?
One of those games, Nar. That over under is pretty high.
Seems like a trap over under, doesn't it?
It does feel like a trap over under.
Off of a 70
I
point.
I mean, they scored 70 and 37 last week.
I know.
That's 77 points.
They doubled that. They doubled that number. Come
on.
I think it's time. I think it's time the Dolphins lose. Bills -2.5.
Gnar?
I think the Dolphins get lucky here. You're going to Buffalo. You're avoiding that cold weather. It's going to be a crisp 60, 70 degrees probably. There's going to be some touchdown regression on both sides. So that over, I'll probably end up taking it Sunday morning, but I'm not going to include it for my picks on the show. You're getting plus points with the Dolphins, and they look like the best offense in the entire league. I think it's hard to not take it. I'll take it at +3, though, Dolphins.
Bills dismembered Sam Howell last week. Defensive end led to a lot of their scoring. Give me the Dolphins +2.5 and the under 53.5.
Let's go back.
Eagles 8-point favorites at home against the Commanders, over under 45.5. It's another tough one.
Yeah, I mean, I shit on the Commanders last week. Played a much better team in the Bills than, and the spread was like fucking 5 points or something like that. This Eagles offense hasn't even quite figured it out completely this season yet. They've been missing here and there. Jalen doesn't look like he's connecting with greatly downfield. Got to get Dallas Goedert more opportunities further than 2 yards down the field. I think this Eagles offense figures it out this week, and it's just a fucking blowout. Eagles -8. I don't give a shit how many points it is. Sam Howell sucks.
Fuck no. We're going to go head to head again. Give me the Commanders +8. I'm not ready to give up yet.
Sam Howell.
No, I'm not giving up. I'm not fucking leaving.
Similar to last week, I'm with Gnar on this one. Eagles -8 is my fourth favorite that I've picked already. But I've also got the Commanders Eagles over 45.5. I got the over in this game. I can see like 35-17. I can get 31-17. I can see something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Panthers 3.5-point dogs at home against the Vikings over under 45.5.
It's 1 p.m. Kirk. You take the Vikings and you take the over. Give me both. Spread. Andy Dalton looked pretty fucking good against the Seahawks last week.
Is he playing again? What happened to Bryce Young? I don't actually know what happened to Bryce Young.
It's multiple weeks, I think.
I still want the over. I don't care. Over in Vikings.
And the Vikings?
They can't go 0-4, Bach. They can't.
Fuck it, I'll ride that. And the Vikings minus 3.5. Give me the over. Fuck.
Oh. I think I want to see Kirk's not Kirk, but the Vikings team total, because I think they do score some points against this defense. So if it's out, I doubt it is. If it's not out yet, team props.
What is it?
24.5.
Add it to mine.
You like over 24.5 for the
Yeah,
Vikings?
throw it on my card too. At least they're getting at least 28, dude.
That's what I said. That's what I'm thinking.
Fuck no, it's gonna be like 35-3. We're gonna be like, well, Vikings suck.
All right, I'm gonna also take the Vikings Panther. Should we go all in on this one?
We're squad riding the Vikings to like do everything. I guess
the Vikings
Give me
over
the Panthers
Vikings
just for a little bit.
Vikings minus 3.5 and Vikings Panthers over 45.5 is what it would be.
And Vikings team total
and
over.
Vikings team total over.
Yep. That's 3 earthquakes. That is the biggest earthquake you've ever seen.
4-0 on squad rides last week. Let's see if it continues.
Yeah,
Browns,
don't talk about the week before.
Browns 2.5-point favorites at home against the Ravens over under 41. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys have to go? I gotta think.
I'm gonna go under. I talked up the Browns defense. And Lamar looked pretty good last week against the Colts. He had 100 yards rushing. But I can just see this game being like 13-10. It's a division game. It's Cleveland. It's Myles Garrett. I can see like a low scoring game. So I'm gonna take this under. It'll probably come back and bite me in the ass, but yeah, this is like one of the lowest ones of the week, so I'm gonna take it.
This is a tough game.
Yeah, it is.
Because my heart's saying Ravens. Division dog. Yes, you're on the road. But you got Harbaugh at the helm. And then I think about the Browns season so far, and barring one pick six and one fumble six, this is a team that should have, in the Browns, that should have won every game by more than 2 scorers. Deshaun Watson just had his best game as a Brown. Amari Cooper looks like 4 years ago, Amari Cooper. Yes, you lost Chubb, but Ford's serviceable until he's gone. And now you're going to have Hunt for a week and a half who can give you those goal line touches and probably punch it in for you. I like the Browns minus 2.5.
And?
No, just the Browns, bro.
Browns 2.5. Give me the over, too. It's going to be a shootout in Cleveland, baby. Electric Browns offense, and I think Lamar's going to bounce out of the pocket a lot with Browns defense. I'm not sure they can cover the short pass. I think Zay Flowers is going to have a big game. I think Lamar's going to have a big game. I think Deshaun Watson and the Browns are going to have a big game. Browns minus 2.5 and the over. Texans 3-point dogs at home against the Steelers over under 42. That's easy money. Give me Steelers minus 3. Texans suck, dude.
And the Jags got to be pretty bad.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not going to try and justify that loss by. No, I think the Steelers D is going to unravel this offense.
Gnar, let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the under's damn near undefeated for the Steelers game so far, so I like that right away. I also
You
like.
want it in?
I'm not going to bet it. Yeah, under 42 for sure. It's going to be a gross game. I think Jalen Petrie's an underrated safety on their back end and at Houston. But I also like the Steelers -3. And there's been a lot of talk about this CJ Stroud guy not being able to throw an interception. Well, he hasn't gone against the Steelers defense. They're going to try and throw some quick hitters right above TJ's head. And TJ's going to smack one of those in the air. And a young man named Cole Holcomb's going to pick that off. We're not going to go Cole Holcomb interception. CJ Stroud over 0.5 interceptions.
And you got the Steelers -3.
Yeah, but if that shit happens, oh, that'd be wild.
Trent, what do you got?
I got the under. I watched this Steelers defense, and I've also watched their offense. So I'm going to take the under. I disregard last weekend, though. That was pretty decent.
Bears 3-point favorites at home against the Broncos. Over under is 46. Did I say dogs?
Broncos are favorites. Yeah, other way.
Bears 3-point dogs. Bears are 3-point dogs against the Broncos.
Yeah.
I think it's a make-or-break game for Chicago. Give me the Bears +3. Duh, Bears.
This game's just fuck. I don't even know how many people are going to watch this game. This seems like the game that just doesn't come across our red zone, except for the 14 interceptions we see. I don't think either offense can produce. I know the defenses are bad too. But the Broncos defense has to bounce back. And the Bears just gave up 42. Regression the other way, under 46.
Train.
Mark, I'm riding with you. Bears +3. They're at home. The Broncos let up 70 points in a football game. They've got to be one of the worst teams in the league. No team has done that in 70 years. You're bad. You're bad.
Mhm.
The Bears also bad. So +3.
Yes.
So +3. I mean,
Okay.
Justin Fields is he's hungry. He just went against arguably the best team in the league, and he's gonna bounce back this week. I think I have to play him regardless of if Anthony Richardson is healthy or not this week, because I think he's just pissed off. I think Justin Fields comes back, and I have Bears +3. Sprinkle the money line. I'm not gonna put it in mine, but I might sprinkle a game day.
Titans 2.5. Titans are 2.5-point dogs at home against the Bengals. Over under 42.5. I mean, Bengals -2.5 seems easy.
Is that your pick?
Yeah. I'm gonna take the easy one.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, I bet Braves as an underdog. He just got pummeled by the Browns, which is a pretty good defense. Bengals played well against the Rams. The Titans got to score some points at some point. Bengals are going to figure out their offense.
I like where this is going. It's already written in mine.
I don't like betting Vrabel home dog or betting against Vrabel as a home dog, but I also think the Bengals are much better. Over 42.5.
Bang. Yep, that's what I got, Gnar. I think you kind of spoke it exactly how I would have said it. You know, that second half, the Bengals looked a little bit better against the Rams. I know the Rams arguably without Aaron Donald. Worst defense in the league. But Jamar Chase, he was targeted 20 times. He's like, oh yeah, I got this Jamar Chase guy. I forgot about him. This is their get right game. They might put up 40 points themselves. I am so like my dad's convinced like he's gonna lose the league because he has Burrow and Chase, and I'm like, just keep on, like trust the process. They're always this bad at the beginning. Well, not always this long, but I think I think it's time, dude. And I will say it every week for 18 weeks if I have to.
Saints are 3.5-point favorites at home against the Bucks over under 39. I'm not touching this game.
Bucks Saints.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
We got Jameis Winston against Baker Mayfield. You don't want to touch this game?
Bucks plus 3.5.
Oh my God, Bach. No. You have Jameis revenge game. This Saints team refuses to lose to the Bucks, as far as I'm concerned.
This is the biggest revenge game of
I'm pretty sure they beat Tom Brady every single time they play it. This Saints defense is going to munch on Baker Mayfield. The over-under is sitting at 39, so you know Baker's going to have a shitty game. Jameis is going to score at least 3. Chris Olave, big game. Easy.
Oh man, he wanted to say it.
I'm switching mine to Saints minus 3.5.
No, Jameis didn't look good enough to say money in the bank, but minus 3.5. Saints.
Oh, Gnar. Saints minus 3.5.
No, first week.
Colts.
There it goes.
Colts 2-point home favorites against the Rams over under 45.5. Give me the Rams plus 2. Maybe I'm taking a lot of road dogs this week, but give me the Rams plus 2. Fuck the Colts, man.
I like that too.
They lost to the Jags. Jags lost to the Texans.
Yep.
So
Son of a bitch. That's our fourth. That's our fourth week.
Wow, 4 of them before 4:30 games.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk to you guys, and I know we're probably running really long.
We are. We're running very long right now.
What is the ideal amount of 1:00 games to 4:00 games?
I'd like it to be 50-50,
games.
but my mind was blown the other day when my buddy was like, the 4:30 game, the 4 o'clock 4:30 games are teams on the West Coast or different time zones. You never see a home team in the Eastern Standard Time Zone playing at 4 o'clock. Never.
I don't think that's true.
Cowboys? Or what time are they?
They're at least Central. I think they're Mountain Standard.
Yeah. That's not no. Because the Packers Bears game week 1 was the 4. Oh, they're Central.
They're Central. You'll never Eastern Standard Time games, home teams always play at 1.
I don't.
Unless it's prime time.
What's your ideal amount? 6 with 12 games, would it be 6 and 6? You said.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can move the Eastern time or our time zone games to 4 o'clock. It's fine. I'd love it to be like 50-50, but
I think 7 and 5 is ideal.
That's what I like.
But then you wouldn't be able to have an octo box.
But yeah, Chargers 6-point dogs or 6-point favorites at home against the Raiders over under 47.5. I don't know.
Jets in 2 weeks is at 425 at home.
Damn. That's crazy. That's totally wrong.
Aaron Rodgers effect. Well, what game are we on right now?
Chargers 6-point home favorites against the Raiders over under 47.5.
Easy here. Jimmy G almost threw for 300 yards, and nobody's really talking about it. Over 47.5.
No, I already had it wrote down, dude.
Fuck.
Wow, we're on it.
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over too.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're-
I know.
Like 3 in a row.
Fuck,
Is that
dude.
3 in a row?
we have so many. We had 3
49ers,
just in the Vikings game.
49ers 14-point favorites at home against the Cardinals, over under 43.5. I touched the game I said I wasn't going to touch, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not touching this one.
I will take the 49ers minus 14.
Oh,
Well, actually, minus 13 and a half.
Cardinals just beat the Cowboys, man.
it's true.
They're on a high that was their Super Bowl.
14's a lot, dude. 14's a lot.
13 and a half, though.
Gnar,
I'll
anything?
stay away from the spread. Team total over 49ers. It's probably somewhere around 25, 26. They'll probably have 30 in the first half.
I'll let you know. So we can be specific. Team props. 28 and a half.
Yeah, they're going to have 30 in the first half.
Cowboys 7-point favorites at home against the Patriots, over under 43.5. Shit. I mean, Cowboys minus 6.5.
This is a tough game.
It is.
Cowboys minus 7. Revenge.
You don't want the 6.5?
No. Get right game for the Cowboys. I don't want another earthquake.
I want this over. I think I want this over. Doesn't feel right, but I want the over.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like an over. Two teams for an over, does it?
No.
Just because it's the Patriots.
Yeah.
Jets 9.5-point home dogs against the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, over under 42.5. Chiefs minus 9.5. And I'll take the over too.
Who did the Jets play last week?
Patriots 15-10.
And then the week before that, they got skull fucked by the Cowboys.
The Jets? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they've lost 3 in a row. 2 in a row.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Sunday Night Football. Lights are going to be on Zach Wilson.
No. Well, yes, but lights are going to be on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm. Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Minus 9.5.
Yeah. No, all 13 and a half. It's going to be a shit show in New York on Sunday night. The Boo Birds are going to be out midway through the first quarter. Let's put it that way.
This is my rare touchdown scorer game. Give me Brees Hall. I think he does
Fuck,
bounce
dude.
back this week.
He's gonna bench him this week.
I'm gonna make Mark sweat a little bit. I'm gonna make him think about things. Brees Hall touchdown scorer. Anytime.
Giants 1.5-point favorites at home against the Hawks on Monday Night Football, over under 47. What do you got?
Why are the Seahawks dogs?
I don't know. Giants at home.
I could double check, but I was pretty careful with this today.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't.
I know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I got you.
Seahawks plus money. Give me Seahawks.
Plus 1.5.
Fuck. No, the spread tells you to take Giants. It tells you to take Seahawks, so I'm taking the Giants. I like the Giants. I hate the Giants, but I'm taking the Giants. No, I hate that pick, but I'm taking Giants. Fuck. Giants.
Are you waiting for me, Trent?
No, I was kind of waiting for Nar to think about
Oh,
things,
okay.
but you can go if you're
Oh,
ready.
I don't have anything to think about. I still love the Giants. I'll continue to love the Giants. Danny Dems with the Giants -1.5.
I'll go Seahawks. Money line.
Yeah.
Nar is conflicted, man. He
And
was thinking about it too much.
teaser.
Teaser.
I got mine.
Wow,
I got mine.
we have blown out the amount of bets this week by far. By like 12. Oh man. You already got yours, Bart? Go ahead.
Bengals from 2.5 to 3.5.
4.5.
4.5.
3.5. Yeah. Three and a half.
It'd be 3.5.
Because you got to go over the number.
Let them fucking flip, dude. They're not gonna lose to the Titans. I think I teased against the Titans last week too with the Browns. I'll do it again. I'll get plus money on a Bengals team against the Titans.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it. No, I like it.
No.
I typed it in. I
It's
guess I
in.
can erase
All right,
it.
no,
but-
it's in. It's in.
I like this team at the number they're sitting here right now. I think Gardner Minshew has already had his game. I think he falls off. Yes, Stafford indoors. Don't got to worry about the weather. Rams +2 right now. All you need them is to lose by less than a touchdown. Rams +8.
I like that one, Nar. I'm not gonna tease the Bears again. That didn't go too well. But I'm gonna go with my original instinct. Originally, I told Nar before the pod I really like the Raiders to tease to 12, and then I looked at the Chargers and I teased them down to money line or nothing. But my original first thought was Raiders +12. That's what I'm gonna take. Don't trust the Chargers.
TD scores. I got one, but it's chalk.
Kelsey?
No.
CMC.
Mm-mm.
Then it's not chalk.
Jay Jettis.
I don't think that's really that chalk yet.
Yeah,
He was like
exactly, which makes it chalk.
He was like +120. He was like +120 last week.
Jay Jettis against the Panthers.
I'm really gonna fuck with box brain here. Give me Ford for the Browns. Keeps the touchdown streak alive 3 weeks in a row.
I think Nar said it, man. Chris Olave. I think Jameis finds him. He finds his new Mike Evans. He finds his new Chris Godwin. It's Chris Olave and it's Michael Thomas. And Chris Olave might get 2, but he'll at least get 1. And Ham, I know you hated Jameis this week, but he really look at the stats, guy. He didn't play awful. I mean, as a backup in this league, he threw more yards than Justin Fields.
Chris Olave, Jay Jettis, Jerome Ford. And then we got...
I want Geno Smith to throw a pick Monday night too, Trent. Can you put that on there? Over 0.5 interceptions, Geno. I'm just going to do one every Monday night.
And then we got Raiders, Rams.
Bengals.
I know I couldn't find them on here. Bengals. Rams, Raiders, Bengals for the teaser. And we'll jump on over to Wager Wheel.
No money in the banks yet. I do have a category now listed out for it. This Excel sheet, it's going to be so filled by the end of the regular season.
Nar, you're always first, right?
Yeah.
MLB home money line.
Oh, motherfucker. Dude, we got to take this shit.
No, MLB home money line.
Nobody cares.
Train NCAA football away spread.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got, Bart?
Under rushing yards.
I don't even know that was on there.
Yeah.
For NFL,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, easy. Tigers. You got Scoop Ball on the mound.
There
Who
you
are they
go.
going against now?
Royals. That's easy money.
This is tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to log into my DraftKings. The hell is it now? Okay. Away spread. The Michigan's playing away this week.
So you can't take them because they don't cover.
Maybe it's time they do, Gnar.
Oh, no. Don't do this to yourself.
Colorado plus 21.5 against USC. Oh, jeez. Not a lot of. Oh, wait. I'm gonna take Penn State minus 27 against Northwestern.
Holy shit.
They never have rushing props this early.
Oh yeah, that's so fair.
I got to stop putting this on the wheel. The only one I can take is Jordan Love on Thursday Night Football.
What's it at? 6.5? 7?
16.5.
Oh.
So do I
Take it.
do I have to take Jordan
have
Love
to.
under 16.5? All right, that's my pick. That's my pick. Jordan Love under 16.5 rushing yards.
Oh, that's funny.
Closing thoughts, boys? No? Good?
No. Silence is key.
Well, Train was probably typing. I don't know.
Yeah, usually I just ask for more subs, and that never works. So
Get the man more subs. Get the man more subs. Thank you for listening to episode 42 of Jux and All Things Sports Podcast, presented to you by Always Bullin. You heard Train. If you're on YouTube, hit the sub button, drop a like. Shout out Ham, first like always. If you're on Spotify, be sure to follow. Be sure. I don't know why you're showing me Kevin James right now.
I love that.
Be
movie,
sure to
dude.
follow and drop a rating. Thanks again for listening, Jux, episode 42. Definitely not for kids. And as always, fisted.